Hi, I'm Ingvild. This is a little creative flow which will work you through plank and a lot of core stability, coordination, and a little bit of back stability. Now, try to work neatly. Try not to overstep your body intelligence. And what I mean by that is you have to find the different layers of really working the postures from the inside out. So first maybe you try to copy exactly my movements, but then I really want you to tune it down and to go into details to really understand how is my body behaving in these different postures. Am I really strong or am I compensating? And what I would like you to focus on is the whole part between the pelvis and the shoulders in this whole sequence, to understand when is it stable, when is it neutral, when is it twisting, when is it bending, when is it arching. So a lot of focus on this side, but we're going to play from the ground rolling around. So come lay on your belly to start with. Laying on your belly, and let your forehead and your nose point down, longer neck. Place your feet slightly apart and make sure there's some action going on in your glutes. All right, now keep your hands close to your shoulders, but don't make it like a really tight yoga tuck. Give it a little more space so that you feel you can just wiggle your shoulders, move your elbows. And then you'd like to pull your shoulders slightly away from your ears. Slightly tuck the shoulder blades together and make sure your elbows are pointed backwards and not always to the side. Okay, so it's not an exact science, but just feel that. So there's a slight activation in your upper back. Now activate your glutes. Press the top of your feet in the floor. Feel that for a moment. Press your hands a little more. And now just rest on the tip of your nose without hanging. Feel how strong you are from your heels, your toes, up to your head, fingertips, and relax for a moment. Again, bring this basic tension because we're going to move actively. All right, so you activate your abdominal muscles, activate your glutes, activate the top of your feet. Tip of your nose is on the floor, but you're not hanging on it. And then you bend your left leg. And you keep everything really tucked to the floor, but you're starting to move that left foot to the back, like you want to roll it over to the right and back. There, and see if you can do it without banging yourself. Again, the left foot wants to come to the right, and now you will feel your body, it will follow the movement, so your body is twisting, and you're coming back. Again, roll left foot to the right, hold, and roll it back, but really control the movement, and you're back down. Again, activate. And let go for a moment. Activate your glutes, your feet, shoulders, abdominal muscles. Tip of the nose is touching the floor but not hanging. Then your right leg bends. And your right foot wants to come over to the left side. And it can be that you cannot come really far. If you're still floating in the air, that's okay. Roll it back, but control the movement. Keep breathing, keep breathing. Lay your leg back down. Everything is activated, and make sure the activation is not 200%, but that it's actively relaxed. Okay, bend the leg and roll to that left side, but the tip of your nose is still on the floor, and back. And one more. Right foot wants to come to the left, and observe what your body is doing, your upper body, and back. So for me, the left and the right feel different. Okay, left leg bends. It rolls over to the right and back. Now watch. My right arm goes up. It stretches out to the head side of my mat. And my left leg goes to the back. So your left leg comes to the back. And now all of a sudden you're rolling over on your back. Right? Right arm is up, and now you lift it up and you roll after yourself up. There you come and you sit. Roll back down. Roll back down. There's a lot of abdominal action going on. Right arm comes back to the top. You start to roll on the right side. Left foot is still on the floor. And now you gently move yourself back to the middle. And you stretch out the left leg. Right hand comes down. Right leg bends. Right foot comes to the back. Again, feel what's happening in your body. And roll back to the middle. Activate. Okay, right leg bends. Left arm comes all the way to the top. And press it into the floor. You still have your right hand closed. And you start to roll over that left side. There you go. And now you're laying on your back, but make sure you don't bunk down. You really want to find those details. Arms are pointing up, and you're rolling up like you want to go towards your toes, and you're rolling back down. And this, you want to keep your feet on the floor, and might be sliding some because the body has to work with the weight distribution. Left arm comes back to the top. Make sure it's pressing into the floor somewhere, and the right leg starts to push. You roll over the left side, and there again you float back down. Reset. Activate everything. Hands on the floor, shoulders active, tip of the nose on the floor, glutes active, feet in the floor. Keep breathing. Right arm comes up, left leg bends. You roll over. Roll yourself up. Now you're sitting. Make sure you're sitting strong and tall. Right arm turns overhead and goes down back to the side. And you're off your mat probably, or on the edge of your mat. Press that right hand into the floor. And now you start to press your right foot, left foot into the floor, and you lift yourself up. And first you're in this plank kind of position. It's half backwards, half sideways. Left arm comes all over, and then you look for a nice juicy back bend. Again, turn yourself back into this hybrid plank. Is it backwards or sideways? You're really strong. Don't hang or push yourself in a back bend, but find that plankiness. And now your bum comes down with a neutral spine. Up you go, and roll yourself back down. Right arm comes up. And you roll again to your belly side. Again, place yourself on the mat. Right leg bends, left arm comes up, and you roll over, but the tip of your nose is the last thing that follows. And then you roll over to your back. Arms come up, and you roll up after your arms till you're sitting up straight. Left arm comes over your head. You place it on the edge of your mat or just beside your mat. Make sure it's strong. You're not hanging, you're pushing. And now you press your foot on the left and your foot on the right in the floor. And you start to lift up. First, it's this hybrid plankish position. It can be that your heel is from the floor. You can slightly move your foot to be in a better place. Make sure you're not arching or hanging. Okay, then the right arm comes over your head. And now you arch more. You find this nice stretch on the front. Arm comes back, and you're going back into your neutral, super strong spine, and then the bum comes down without hanging. Arms to the front, roll yourself back. Make it super detailed. What are you doing? Left arm comes up, and again, press with the right foot. You start to press your hips forward. You're rolling over your left side. Right hand can come in, and there you roll yourself back to the middle. And right away, right arm stretches, left leg bends, roll over. Tip of the nose is the last bit. Roll onto your back. Roll yourself up. Right arm comes overhead. Place it on the floor. Press your feet in the floor. Come up to this plankish position, and now you stretch out into an arch. Okay, back into this plankish position. And watch, you're going to turn over on the right outside of the foot, right hand, and your left foot steps forward. So there's a position, there's some space between the front and the back leg. And now make sure you're not hanging. Now you're in a side plank. Keep breathing. Left hand comes down, and you roll your upper body into a plank position without twisting it. Now you're in a full plank position. Keep breathing. Heels come back to the right. Going the same way back. Okay, hold that position, left foot steps back. And you're rolling back down until you sit. Sit up, roll yourself down, activate your abdominal muscles. Make sure you press your feet into the floor. Right arm comes up, roll over the right side. And gently, go slower, gently place yourself down, very detailed. Switch arms, switch legs. Right leg comes to the back. Tip of the nose is the last bit. Roll over your side. Arms come up and you roll after your arms. Left arm rotates backwards. You come into this half backwards, half sidewards plank. This is strong, so you're in a neutral spine. Make sure you're not pushing or hanging. Okay, then right arm comes and you arch. Now you come into this wild thing kind of position. Come back to your plank position. And you start to position yourself for a side plank. So you roll more to that side and your right foot steps in front of your left foot. So there's a distance between the feet. You're not placing them on top of each other. You're making a really strong plank here. Okay, hold it strong. And then your right foot steps back. And you roll yourself back down. Really conscious of what am I doing with my back and my abdominal muscles. Sit up, roll yourself back. Roll yourself back. Yes, left arm comes up. You roll over that left side. Back to the middle. Okay, one more. To the right, left foot turns to the back. You roll over. Come sitting up, make it strong. Right arm backwards, hips come up. Place yourself back in plank position, roll over to a plank on the right side, side plank. Step that right foot forward like you're walking. And now you turn all the way to a symmetrical plank. Roll it. And you roll over to the left side for a side plank there. Yes? Right foot steps back. Foot on the floor, bum comes down. And you're sitting up. Roll yourself down. Your left arm comes over your head. And you start to roll over your left side. Gently come back to the mat. Down. Bend your right leg, left arm up, roll back to the left side, over the left side. Come up to a seated position, strong abdominal muscles. Left arm comes up, turns to the back. You come to this in-between plank, and then you roll back out and you stretch it out and you wild thing it out. Back to your plank position. Make it super strong. Right foot steps forward like you're walking. You roll all the way to a symmetrical plank in the middle. No twisting in the upper body, okay? So your upper body is a plank. And you roll to the right side. And the left foot steps back. You roll open. Come all the way down. Sit. Roll your way down. Right arm comes up. And you roll back to the center. But do it controlled, extra juicy, extra controlled. Use your left hand as a help. And you're back down. Come back to hands and knees. And come sit for a moment. There's your little plank strength roll. Coordination going on. A lot of strength going on. Lots of core intelligence going on. So let me know what you think, how it worked for you, if you have any questions. Thank you for joining.